Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome to this reading. It's good to see you. And if you're new here, welcome. As always, I like to give a little heads up before I start with my reading. Especially if you're new here, my readings are pretty unique. They might not be what you're used to. They can be quite the deep dive, and I think I can describe them best as taking a journey. So if you're into this kind of thing, you're in the right place. Let's get started. So there are several things coming through right now. I want to start with who's speaking right now, because I was drawn to that question. I don't always do that, because usually I trust that who wants to come through and who wants to be known is making themselves known. But this time I was like, wait a second, like, who am I actually communicating with? And it was like I was shown it's a guides collective. So I saw my guides, but I also like recognized it's not just them. It's like it was a whole collective of different guides. And I just saw 144 on the timer. So there is some kind of there is a great awakening happening right now for a certain soul collective. And I saw, like I said, I saw my guides, and then I had that vision of other guides coming in, and it was really like a gathering. It was almost like, like a room, and everyone knows like something is about to happen. Something is about, like, almost like, okay, there's like a conference and it's about to start, and then the different participants are like gathering and coming in. This is what it like felt to me. This was what it felt to me, like. So I don't believe in coincidences. There's always a reason why something like that might be coming through right at the start. I mean, my channel still is pretty new. It's growing. It's like I don't have a lot of subscribers. So, and I've been given that information that actually the people I'm channeling for or making readings for are in the process of stepping into something new, and it simply takes its time until they all like start to gather. And of course, there's no such thing as like linear time. It's not something that we can put on a linear timeline. That was okay. So there's a guide that is like really emphasizing that. Don't know who's that for, but there you go. So that was kind of like almost like a setting of the scene. That's very interesting. Okay, I think, maybe I see where this is going. So there is this, again, like maybe confirmation for someone. Maybe you've been drawn to new readers recently, or you've been, maybe they just showed up on your feed, a different kind of readers, and you're like realizing that you are kind of losing interest maybe in the readers you've watched before, maybe the kind of content they were doing. Maybe you're realizing it's just not my vibe anymore. And this is a pretty common thing that is happening when we up level. That sometimes, yeah, like quite often, we change the sources of information. And sometimes the readers we like and watch regularly, they evolve with us, and we can like go with them. But sometimes that's just not happening. And so, yeah, you might be recognizing that your feed is changing. The videos you're presented with, you're drawn to, the kind of content you're drawn to is changing. And there is something about, and that was what I actually like got initially before starting this message here. There was something about noise, a lot of noise. And this is something that came out of my other channel that I have. Links in the description if you're curious what's that about. But yeah, so there was a phrase coming out over and over and over again, and that was, don't wait for the noise to stop. It became almost like a mantra because it came out so regularly. And yeah, so I heard that one again today, and it got like the place I'm in right now is, I'm traveling at the moment. I'm in Italy, and the apartment I'm in and like the whole surroundings, it's pretty noisy. And it's interesting because I realized that I don't really care anymore. I would have not too long ago, but somehow I don't really care anymore. I'm taking it, like I'm recognizing it, but I don't get upset about it anymore. So the reason I'm talking about that is because I was shown that this collective that is awakening right now, that is stepping into the next phase of their activation, of their purpose, of why they came here on earth to do what they were supposed to do or wanted to do. There is something in there that they are very sensitive souls in general. But there's especially something about noise, that there is a lot of noise happening, and noise does not always have to be hearing, but it also can be like, again, coming back to the feed, like we are bombarded with information on our everyday feeds, on your drive to work. Like there's advertisement, there are a lot of other people, there's cars, there's I don't know, the radio playing there, like all the time we are just bombarded with all of those sensations. And so this can feel like noise, even, I mean, partly it is audio noise, but it doesn't always have to be. Like there's something like energetic noise, you could say. It's a lot of clutter. And I've been recognizing that, especially when I was putting out content that was a bit where I felt like, oh, well, this is maybe, it's not just easy going, nice content, but it's actually something that is, oh, wow, can you hear my voice cracking up? So, yeah. There's actually, like, when I was talking about things that were less, or like more on the controversial side, and actually aiming at maybe exposing underlying topics that are keeping us, I hear stuck, but that's not the word I wanted to use. like caged in. They like the things that are preventing us from actually following our paths, what we're here to do, our purpose, our also what we want to do, what like our freedom, who we really are, all of those things that are trying to keep us small in order for us to not break free. And always when I put out content that was going in that direction, I could recognize that the noise was actually picking up in my surroundings. And it was sometimes even to the extent where I felt like, wow, there's really something trying to throw me off my center and to prevent those messages to go out. The noise could also happen through self-doubt, thoughts. And there is one video that I didn't put out because of the noise in my head, also from our other channel. And it's okay, it's okay. It's like the important thing is that I just like sometime later I picked it up again and I didn't post that explicit video, but I did something else. And so that is what counts. So that's also something that I wanted to say, like, okay, sometimes we do let the noise stop us, and that's okay. So don't beat yourself up if you do. And again, I saw 11:44 in the timer. It's kind of sticking out to me today. I mean, there are a lot of theories around what the 144 actually means, and I do not really want to go into here right now, I think. Should I? No. Okay. I mean, there are like, I think I don't see it or view it in the same way that most people view it. I'm not really seeing it as like, oh, the 144,000 chosen ones and stuff like that. That's not really how I view this. It has more to do with the frequency. But what I want to say is, yeah, so for me, it is about following what I always call the North Star, our own North Star, to readjust over and over and over again so that we can stay on track, even if something's coming in and like for a short or a longer period of time is throwing off, of course. The important thing is that we can realign ourselves. And the way to do that is to remember what is my North Star, and to always come back to that. And then you can, wherever you are, it doesn't matter, you can just like pick it up again and readjust, refocus, realign yourself. So yeah, coming back to that noise topic, and this is an interesting, usually like I said, like my readings are unique. This is more like a channeled message so far. It's very interesting. It's weird, it's different. But yeah, so this feels more like a confirmation message for this collective. Just for you to recognize it's more like okay, so that you can see what is happening, like more of an understanding of the whole thing. Like I said, recognition, to give you an overview, okay? And the layers beneath it, like a deeper understanding. So yeah, back to the noise thing. It is, it's a very effective way to keep people trapped in reactions of their nervous system. There again, street noise. It is, I mean, noise is even used as a torturing method. It can feel like torture if, like, we have very loud neighbors, for example, and we just want to be in our, like, we only want peace and calm and quiet, and it's like it's just all too much, and I cannot take it anymore, and there's just nowhere to go. And this can put our nervous system into such an overdrive that we barely really like calm down. And this is what's trapping us in this hypervigilant state of survival. And so again, this is about like being aware of that, and understanding that, again, like, don't wait for the noise to stop, so it won't stop. The world we're living in is not going to quiet down anytime soon. Quite on the contrary, it's rather picking up even more. There will be even more noise coming at us, not always the audio noise, but more so like the noise of information. Just look at the whole AI thing. Like, we are bombarded with AI slop at the moment, and it feels like noise. It's overcrowding our feeds, our advertisements. I don't know if, like, funnily enough, I never use an ad blocker. I think for me, it's kind of interesting to see what kind of ads are playing. I see that my guides are actually communicating with me through the ads, only to see, like, okay, what are the trends right now? What is happening right now? Why, like, where is the collective at? And I speak like about the bigger collective, not just like the soul collective. Okay. Like, you can learn to work with the noise on a conscious level if you start to see it for what it is. You can learn to not be as affected by it, and to stay centered, and to like become detached from what is coming at you, and not let fear or overwhelm or all of those emotions that keep us in this hypervigilant state not affect you as much. And if it still does, that's okay. Simply take care of yourself and make sure that you get the calm and quiet that you need. Maybe take a walk in nature. If it's like really not, I get something for someone to move, really, to change apartments, because it's like, it won't stop, it won't change. And sometimes also the universe is cranking up the noise in order for us to get moving, in order for us to change something about our living situation. So it's interesting, because those this noise thing, it's not just one thing. It's not just, there is like this external force that is trying to torture us or is trying to prevent messages to go out, things like that. It's more like there are many variations of the topic, many variations of that theme. And to understand that actually the universe, the cosmos at large, is trying to communicate with you, is trying to show you something through the noise that's happening. And this seems to be something that is significant for this collective. There might be several musicians, or like you don't have to be a musician, but at least there is like a love for anything that has to do with like music, with sounds. Yeah, it's really all kinds of sounds. Maybe you like, I always forget what they are called, those videos that you listen to, like where like you hear certain sounds of people talking, like that kind of thing. Again, music, maybe just like being in nature and listening to like how nature is talking to you. I know I'm channeling a lot through, for example, like bird sounds. Right now I hear birds outside. They're speaking to me all the time. Yeah, it's just like for me, it's like really reading the sound, reading what's happening in my environment. So that's my way of working with it. And I love music. I love music. And I do get a lot of my messages or from my guides, for example, through music, through lyrics. Or sometimes just overhearing conversations from other people, for example, just picking up like bits and pieces of a sentence here or a word there. And so yeah, like the emphasis is really on like the sound aspect of it and how the noise is trying to communicate with you. Now they're bringing me back to what I was saying before I went on this little tangent, that yeah, really finding ways for you to ground yourself to, and again I saw 2144, so the 144 is just jumping at me today. Yeah, ways to ground yourself, to come back into your center. Like I said, be like going out in nature, maybe putting on headphones, listening to music, noise canceling headphones. It's a great invention. But at the same time, also learning to detach from the noise. And sometimes we can't. You know, like sometimes when our nervous system is through the roof, calm yourself down first and then come back and at another time when you are centered, and try to find out what is going on with the noise. Like, why is it happening for me? What is it trying to tell me? Yeah, and again, like there can be different aspects of it. It can be, to only name a few, it can be your guides trying to tell you something. It can be a part of yourself, of your little ego that is trying to protect you from something, and that sometimes looks like sabotaging you. Happens quite often, especially through times of growth and when we are leaving, like when we are moving into something else. Like, and like I say, like right now there's like this huge up leveling happening, and during those times the pressure is on and the sound is being cranked up. So that can happen, like the inner saboteur can come through and actually manipulate us. And the thing is, they just usually they choose like the things that affect us the most, of course, because it's an aspect of yourself. It knows you very well. So for people who are very, very sensitive, sound is something that really, like, it pierces through, and it's hard to escape. It's really hard to escape, and it can actually penetrate your safe space. Like even when you're in your apartment, sound travels through walls and windows, even when they're closed. And like right now, I hear the music from my neighbor coming through the wall. I hear people down in the street talking. I hear the traffic noise. those kind of things, they just like, they come at you even when you're in your safe space, like even when you're in your physical safe space, like your apartment, for example, your home. So it can feel like there's no escape. And I think this is what they actually want to like make you aware of and say like, yeah, there actually is no escape, but don't panic. There is a way out of that. There is a way. And this is like learning for this noise not to affect you as much anymore, and to learn to work with it. Learning that it's not affecting you as much anymore is really learning to come back into your center, to calm yourself down, to make sure that you get the quietness, the calm that you need in order to stay grounded, and at the same time work with your nervous system. Because as long as you, like, as your nervous system feels unsafe, as long as it feels like there's still something that I need to protect myself from, the noise will trigger your nervous system. So really the best way to go about this is to do nervous system release exercises. Something I started doing now, and it's coming at me from everywhere, it seems to be a collective theme right now, is fascia release. So I'm doing a lot on that at the moment, and I can tell that it's like helping me a lot as well. And yeah, just understand that there's a lot of like of our like trauma is stored in our nervous system. And usually like when this noise is coming at us, we are triggered into something that is reminding us of something that actually wants to be seen and cleared out. So see it as a chance, see it as something that can actually help you to heal further, to move out of this victimized state of, oh my God, I am victim to the circumstances, my surroundings, and to actually take it into your own hand and work with those triggers and heal your nervous system so that it won't affect you as much anymore. So that's the one thing. And the other thing is learn to work with it, learn to see like, okay, what is it actually trying to tell me? Why is that noise happening? Do I recognize patterns? Maybe you can journal about it. Just write it down. Have like a diary where you just write it down. And then over time you will see, okay, there's maybe a certain pattern, maybe certain thoughts or certain conversations, certain arguments, certain time of day, or I'm always doing this thing, and then like that happens. See if you can find crossovers and patterns in those whatever noise is coming at you. I'm somehow, I feel like I'm going to draw one last card at the end of this message here. Is it really yeah, it is kind of a message. It's an interesting one, but well, let's see. Oh, now I hear something about reframing noise in a positive way. And then I saw again like this this place of gathering with all those guides coming in. And then I heard, you know, like when you are in a room full of people, like before something is about to start, like a concert or a conference, something like that. And you just hear like the people talking. So this kind of ambient sound. And then I heard, let's make some noise. Oh, and this is bringing me back to this expression thing I said earlier with my throat chakra, where I felt like my voice was cracking up. So I feel like this collective actually is meant to do something in the form of like expressing be it through talking, putting out videos, writing, making music. I hear like writing and playing theater pieces. I hear some clinking noise, like someone is hammering. Yes, something about like woodwork, or I guess, yeah. Now I hear beeping noises. I don't know what's that about. But yeah, so like there's like all kinds of ways you can express yourself and make some noise while doing it. And yeah, this collective here is not here to in order to stay quiet. And we are like there are things, entities, energies, and it's not always something external, just saying. It's not always some evil forces that are trying to stop us. There are energies at play that are meeting us with this, like with the essence of what it is we are actually here for. I guess this is why the 144 came out so much. It's about, yeah, like we are here to make some noise. We are here to express ourselves, to come into our own self-expression. Again, my voice is cracking up. We've been doing a lot of throat chakra healing over the last months and longer. So yeah, maybe this is even something you can reflect on, like how does my purpose, like what I'm here for, how is that maybe related to like what kind of noise, what kind of sound am I asked to do, to make? And it doesn't even have to be loud. It can be quiet noise. Silence can be very, very loud. All right, one last card. One card at the end for us. Go the distance. What is standing out to me right now here is that it almost looks as if this one was flying. Traveling distance, sound is traveling distance. Yeah, there's something about finding those effective ways of traveling the distance through the sound waves, making waves, like the sound waves that you're making. Trusting also something that may be unseen, just like sound. You cannot see sound. It's not visible, but you can hear it. You can even feel it. It's a vibration. Oh, and this brings me back to the 144. It's a vibration. It's a matter of frequency. And here, this is what you're awakening into. That's a bit of an obscure way to end this message, but yeah, I just leave it at that. Take it as you will. All right, my loves. What a beautiful, beautiful message. Quite unexpected, quite unique. As always, I would love to hear from you. Looking forward to connecting with you. And if you found this helpful, if it resonated, maybe give it a thumbs up or even leave a subscription. It's really easier for me to pick up on your energy if you engage with the content in any way, shape or form. Subscription, thumbs up, comment. It's enough if you only like post an emoji or anything. It's really about engagement. It's interesting. Okay, one last note here. I know like it sounds always like I want people to like engage with the channel, and of course, I mean, it helps, but that's not the reason why I'm saying that. It's really about the intentions you're putting in, or like the energy signature you're putting in. To be honest, you don't have to subscribe. You don't have to interact with the channel actively. You can simply put intentions in. You can think about it. You can think about the reading. You can think about like maybe even thinking about posting a comment and not posting it. It's just even more effective if you do, but you don't have to. So I don't know why this came out this way. That's a weird thing to say, actually, like telling people, well, you don't have to engage with my channel. I don't care. Yes, I do, but not in the way of, oh my God, I need to grow this channel. To be honest, I would do quite the different content if that was my main goal. So yeah, okay, this is apparently the message is not over. So what they are emphasizing here is that there's something about the invisible, like what something is traveling invisibly. The way you can engage with my channel, with my content, and sending out signals to me so that I can pick it up can happen in many different forms. It doesn't have to be physical, but in the end, it's more effective if it's also physical. It's bringing like the energy into the physical realm, and it's helping it manifest quicker. So there's something about those sound waves. They are there, even if we don't see it. But the moment they hit the membrane in our ears, it manifests as something physical, and then we can hear it. So this is just like reinforcing the energy itself. And it's basically, I see like a flower that's blooming. A song that is only traveling through thin air and nobody's there to hear it it's existing, and it's beautiful in and of itself, but it becomes even more beautiful the moment someone can hear it. So yeah, there's something about letting what you want to create become manifest. And it's like, it's more effective this way. All right, so there was a little hidden message at the end. If you stayed until here, you caught that. Again, thanks for being here. I love you guys, and I would love to hear from you. Comment, subscribe, like, however you feel called to do that. And I would love to see you in the next message. Until then, take care.